Good morning, and as regular viewers of this channel will know, I haven't been too well recently. I had to go to the hospital last week, picked up a big bag of medicine, and all of the instructions for the medicine was in Thai, so I thought I'd go through that today. Just before I do that, one of the words used is quite formal, and I've made some comments recently about formality in Thai, so I just thought I'd spend a minute or two going through that. So when you get to Thailand, you pick up vocabulary by listening. And with spoken Thai, it uses informal vocabulary. So you pick up a lot of informal vocabulary. One of the big problems I had with reading, which I still have actually, when I attempt to read more advanced written material, such as newspapers, books and magazines, is that written Thai uses a lot of formal vocabulary. So although I can read the words, I know what sounds the words make, I don't necessarily know the meaning, and I have to keep looking at a dictionary, which is quite hard work. This for me is one of the big problems with Thai. It's not like one language; it's like several languages. And with many nouns and verbs, there are different versions. There's an informal version and a formal version. So let's look at a few examples. A word for head. If you ask a Farang in Thailand who knows a bit about the Thai language, you know what the Thai word for head is, they would probably say hua. That's the word I would normally use. However, if you see a sign telling you to mind your head, because it's a sign, they'll use formal vocabulary, and they will use si ra sa, which is the formal word for head, like rawang si ra sa. I remember the first time I saw this, because I only knew hua, the informal word for head. I didn't know the formal word. So you sort of have to learn one set of vocabulary, and then you have to learn another set of vocabulary, and that's what makes it difficult. The word for dog, this one here, ma. This hohip moma sara a. So it's got a live syllable with the a, and this hohip doesn't make a sound, but it just gives the word a high class initial consonant. And a high class initial consonant and the live syllable is a rising tone. This basic word, sort of, like an M with a long R, has different meanings with different tones. So the Thai word for horse is like ma with a higher tone, ma, and just with a mid-tone, ma, is come, like martini, come here. And that's one of the difficult aspects of Thailand, the Thai language. You can have several similar words with different tones, but they all have very different meanings. However, the formal word for dog is sunak, so it's very, very different to the informal word. And Thais, probably because of their Buddhist beliefs, they don't like to sterilize animals. So there are stray cats and dogs absolutely everywhere. And so Thais don't want to manage the situation, sterilisation. They don't want to look after the animals, but they don't want the animals to go hungry either. So in the past, what they've typically done is just taken stray animals to the local temple, dump them at the temple, so the monks feed them. But that caused a big problem for the temples. It gets overrun with animals. It costs money to feed them. So quite often now, outside the temple, you will see a big sign saying not to release animals at the temple. And if it refers to cats and dogs, they will use the formal word for dog, which is sunag. So there's a couple of nouns. It also applies to verbs. The verb to eat. The verb you will most often hear is gin. So the equivalent to like how you doing, what's up, how are you, is gin kao yang. Have you eaten yet? You will hear that a lot in Thailand, and you'll soon pick it up, and you'll learn how to answer. You can say,
young mate yin, I haven't eaten yet, or gin lao krab, or riep roi lao, you've eaten and everything's on the level. And you can even start asking people the same question to be polite and make friends with people. However, that is the informal word, and once you get used to that, you might get someone ask you, "Tan kaori yang?" Huh? What's that? Never heard that one before, because that person is trying to be more polite, more respectful, and is using a more formal word for eat, which is tan. And there's another word. I'm not sure if it's actually a separate word or just like a long version and a short version, which is a rapratan. You'll very rarely hear this spoken. Very, very rarely. But if you're reading written material, it will often use this word rapratan for eat. So that's one informal version, two formal versions. And there's even a fourth one, which is a sawui. And in Thailand, the monarchy has a very special place in society. The Thai monarchy is protected and revered more than any other monarchy in the world. And there's actually a separate vocabulary just for the monarchy. It's used when talking about and talking to members of the royal family. And I'll show you a book in a minute, which includes all of the royal vocabulary. So for body parts, nouns, verbs, there's a separate royal word. So the verb to eat in Thai actually has 4 versions, and this can be quite confusing. This is a dictionary for the royal vocabulary. It's known as Kam Racha Sap. This one costs 68 baht and belongs to my daughter. She used it when she was in junior school. And Thai kids have to learn all this to get through their exams. And there's a chance that they may never use it, but they need to know it, just in case one day they get to meet a member of the royal family. And if you do meet a member of the royal family, you don't necessarily have to use the royal vocabulary. Friends of ours did a 3-year assignment down in the Thai embassy in Kuala Lumpur. He was the military attaché to the Thai ambassador, and his wife sort of did other duties. And one of those duties was to host visitors. And they did have one of the Thai princesses come to visit one time. And she told them straight off that they don't need to use the royal vocabulary. However, there may be other members of the royal family that insist that people do use it. So it is something that Thais have to learn. Now onto the prescriptions. And here we just have the medicine in English, which doesn't need any explanation. Underneath that, it's the name transliterated into Thai. And I've mentioned before that the transliteration from Thai to English is terrible. Well, it's the same from English to Thai, because Thais will try to follow the spelling. So Strepsil ends with an L. So for the Thai transliteration, they will use lo ling, the L character, as a final consonant. But in Thai, consonants change sound with their initial or final consonants, and that lo ling actually becomes an N sound. So this actually says strepsin instead of strepsil. Over here, nung song. Song is it can be an envelope, sachet, packet. It just says you're getting one packet of this medicine. This line here, is to suck. Look will be a lozenge. Gare, it's the Gore guy is a middle-class consonant, and it's got the second tone mark, so that's going to be a falling tone. That just means to solve or secure. Jep is pain, and ko is throat. So this is, something to suck for a painful throat. If you want to buy cough medicine, it's ya, which is medicine, get I. If you want to buy medicine for a fever, it will be ya, get kai. Sort of, similar. You just need to know the other words. This is the frequency. So krang is time, and lat is like per. Nung met. So met is pill, capsule, whatever. So this actually means each time you take this medicine, just take one pill. And this is the format Thais use for sort of per, as in frequency. So if you want to say like once a day, day is one, so that will be like one la nung krang. Twice a day will be one la song krang. And here is each time you take the medicine, so just take one, krang la nung met. And how often per day? Well, that's what I've just said. So one la sam krang. So each day, 3 times, take one pill. Think of tones again. So cho chang is low class. Second tone mark, so it's going to be a high tone. Chow, which is morning. Glang, with the wall chart the other day, we saw accent glang, which is like mid-class consonant. Glang just means like middle. So glang one is the middle of the day. The Thais might also say like tiang, midday. So you take 3 times a day, morning, chow, glang one, midday, and yen, which is evening. Here's the next prescription. It's called Bilax 10 tab, and we get 10 pills, sip met. And here's the Thai transliteration. And what's interesting here is that with English words or names I'm not familiar with, those I haven't come across before, I'm often not sure of the pronunciation. This could be Bilax 10 or Bilax 10. Thai, written Thai, is phonetically a lot more consistent, so you don't have that problem. So we've got a Sara I. So we can clearly see that it's by lastin, not bit. So in many respects, written Thai is far better than written English. And with the previous one, it was a strepsil, so there are instructions to suck om. This is just a regular pill which you swallow, but they actually use the formal word to eat, rap pratan. So you have to eat this one. Each time, how many? Well, krang lat nung met. So each time, 1 pill. How many times a day? 1 lat nung krang. Okay, once a day, one pill once a day. When? It tells you here is gone, non. So gone, that actually means before. So we've got the gorgai, which is a mid-class consonant, and the first tone marks that will have a low tone. Gone, non. Non, it means really to lie down, but Thais use it to describe sleeping. Really, sleeping is like non-lap, but this means basically before bedtime. So one pill a day before bedtime. Here's the third one. English again. Samsip met, 30 tablets. The Thai transliteration. Rap pratan again. So you need to eat or swallow this one. How many? Well, krang lap sam met. So each time you've got to have 3 pills. How often? one lat song krang, so twice a day. And when? Well, in the previous prescription we saw gone, which means before. With this one we've got lang, which means after. So once again we've got the silent whole heap, which just gives this word a high class initial consonant, live syllable, so it's got a rising tone, lang, after. Ahan, which is food. Tanti is immediately. And chow yen, so morning and evening. So take three pills twice a day, immediately after your breakfast and your evening meal. I hope that was at least mildly useful. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. If you're a new beginner and want me to go through any of this stuff at a very basic level, I'm happy to do that as well. So thank you for watching.